Right now, I'm in Barilo Carrillo Park. Kind of a tongue twister for me. I've actually been by this park several times. This is close to Park Solo Nunes, where I've waited for buses before. And so this is at the western edge of downtown. You can see the hills near Escazú over there. And this is a park downtown. I shouldn't be doing what I'm doing now, according to some people. You know, a little bit sketchy, or at least it's a crowded place, walking around, talking to my phone in English, but I feel pretty mellow. And I just wanted to start here, and I'm gonna walk through downtown, where I've been through many times, but I never really made a video of. So in this direction, the road becomes a road and continues to Parque Sabana. And in this direction, we enter the shopping district, the shopping walkway. And we have this sculpture right here. Interesting aesthetic choice. And it's called The Wind, or actually it's called Towards the Wind. Interesting. So this is a pedestrian walkway with many shops on either side and a lot of people, a lot of street vendors, a lot of fixed shops, local businesses, chain businesses. It's an interesting place. So along this road is one of the few places in San Jose where I've seen foot patrol officers, as well as, you know, vehicle officers. Generally, you don't see a lot of that in San Jose. This area, I assume, because it has a lot of tourists, might be a place with a lot of petty theft, maybe some not so petty theft. So it's pretty well patrolled. The first few times I was here, it was kind of intimidating. You know, it's crowded, it's noisy. You can see a lot of stuff here, a lot of people around. Now, I am far from being scared of it, although I am kind of irritated. I don't come here often just because it's loud and noisy and hot. We do have some festive little sculptures of dogs along here. So there's a couple of fun things, but you know, those are fun little sculptures, not like a totally grand art district or something. One thing I'm not sure about this shopping district is how separated it is. Sometimes in places like this, like one block will be all shoes, the next block will be all electronics. From what I can tell, this is all pretty well mixed together, including then you have stuff like gigantic bank in the middle of everything. I did take a detour of just a block to show a block off of the shopping pedestrian passageway. There's just a normal road. A pretty wide and unfriendly one for that matter. So there is another bank. That's Banco Central de Costa Rica. So I think that's the government bank. The one across is the largest private bank. I also want to go over this direction. In the other direction, we saw a big two-lane road, and in this direction, you'll see that the streets really thin out, and that street doesn't have like a lot of commercial businesses, and further that way even more so. So that's something I've talked about before a lot in Costa Rica, is like you could be walking down the street and everything is perfectly fine and smooth, and you walk a couple blocks and it looks like a ghost town, or might look a little bit unsavory. So I'm going to walk to the end of the block, and I'm going to get back on the road we came to see. So we are back on Avenida Central. More stuff going on. Also a lot of restaurants, both local restaurants, American chain restaurants. A lot of stuff that you would expect to see in a shopping district is in this shopping district. So hopefully the footage speaks for itself. One thing, I don't know if it's clear enough from the footage, but there's not a lot of street musicians, for example, or other street performers. As opposed to like if I was in Santiago, there'd be a different Pink Floyd cover band every block. Here, less so. There's the official center of town. We have this park here, if you want to call it a park, a patio or a square or a plaza of some sort. I don't know what these big old tubes are. Is this some type of HVAC equipment? It says Samsung. Is this some type of new model of cell phone, or is this sculpture? Anyway, right here, I think this is the National Theater, where I was back in the beginning of November, and I'll walk by that. So we have a little plaza off of the plaza here, greener and leafier. And over there, we have the National Theater. Very nice on the outside, even more grand on the inside. Wish I could go in and show that, but not today. So this is some of the stuff, and yeah, as you notice, like, oh, look at what do we have over there. We have a McDonald's. So the thing is yeah, in this district you go from the most beautiful classical buildings and monuments to like kind of a janky, you know, shopping street, crowded. Part of the charm, I guess. Incidentally, this is right off of Avenida Central. There's not anything that I would call a bus mall here. I've talked about that before. But there is a place where, for different districts, the buses line up, which I guess is a bus mall. But notice there's no schedules or shelters or anything that would help you with that. Strada de Autobus Avenida. Okay, there is a sign. That's actually the one I use to get home. So a lot of times when I'm go on a longer trip and I come back to San Jose, I'll end up here. Also very crowded with commercial things, people walking, cars. So there is a place where buses stop, but it's not close to what we would call a transit center or bus mall. So I turned around and walked a block south and a couple blocks back to the west, because this is San Jose Central Park. And I realized I don't know if I've ever been here, which is unusual. I don't spend a lot of time downtown, but it's still weird that in all my months here I missed this just by a couple of blocks. So I'm going to go and walk around that park and see what's going on there. So this seems really active and lively, or at least there's a lot of people here, people walking around. We have a fountain, which actually isn't usual in squares here. Maybe because half the year you don't really need extra water. And across there, I'm assuming that is the church. There's a cross there. So that's maybe the Cathedral of San Jose. And I said the usual pattern is that the Municipalidad de San Jose would be on another side of the square. I don't know if that would hold true here as well, though. In the middle of San Jose, this isn't a small town. But there are obviously a lot of office buildings around. So I'm glad I came here and saw this today. So as you can see, the shopping walkway, passageway, is trying to close, not with a bang, but with a whimper. And just continues on from here as a normal street. I do have one more thing I am going to see for myself, but this is the end of the video, more or less. So one thing about that plaza, as I said, that's a place where a lot of tourists goes. Obviously, that's not like a attraction that people go to Costa Rica just to walk down that street and buy a pair of socks. So it's not like a great attraction or anything, but it is an interesting place to check out. Also, obviously not just for tourists. I think local people from in San Jose, in a way, might come there to shop. So interesting place to look. Gives a little bit more color to my portrayal of the country, and hopefully some more information and something I kind of need to fill in. I mean, if I've been in San Jose for 5 months, I should show the central street of San Jose, and now I have. So there's the National Museum of Costa Rica. Actually related to that shopping district. Once you leave that shopping district to the west, after a block or two, you enter the cultural district with the Central Park, the library, Atlantic Station, etc. And of course, here we have the National Museum. We have this building, which I remember I complained about at first, the legislature building. And that's the Pre-Columbian, or the Jade Museum, which includes the Pre-Columbian Museum. Might get a chance to go there, but today I'm going to this museum, and because I am not a mamon, hopefully I will not be recording inside of there. So San Jose has a number of things to see, including, crowded cityscapes and nice, beautiful plazas and history and culture. I'm about to check out some of that now.